So, after spending about 6 hours with this deck building roguelike on iOS, I'm happy to say that it transitions quite well from the PC version. The core of the gameplay is about defending your train as it hurtles towards hell, and your job is to stop waves of enemies from reaching your pyre, which sits at the top of the train. To do so, you'll enlist the help of monsters to take out the heroes trying to stop you in your tracks. Each battle takes place across 3 floors of the train, and that's where the strategy truly starts to shine. The 3-floor system is key here, and you'll have to place your units and use your spells wisely across these floors, balancing which levels need the most defense. Enemies start at the bottom and climb their way to the top, unless you're doing specific modifiers. And if they reach the pyre at the top and destroy it, it's game over. This system encourages some level of tactical thinking, though many players tend to load up defensive on the bottom floor, which can lead to underutilizing other floors. Being completely transparent, that was me for the majority of my playthrough. Still, managing all 3 floors effectively is essential to succeeding through tougher battles later in the game. After every battle, you'll have your choice of cards to choose from, and then you'll decide which path you want to take. Either path will lead you to different rewards, such as upgrading units or spells, random encounters, or just gold, your standard fare. After completing the game, you will also be given the opportunity to face the real boss once you finish the game with 100 or more pack shards. These can be acquired through special stores and increase the difficulty based on how many you have at any given time. One of the strongest aspects is how varied the classes and character archetypes feel. You don't have just one playstyle. You mix 2 clans for every run. For example, you might pair a clan that focuses on brute strength, and one that focuses in buffs and smaller units. This consistent mix and matching of classes keeps everyone feeling fresh and prevents things from getting too repetitive and stale too quickly. The dual class system really stands out, making each game feel different, and with over 250 cards to unlock, there's plenty to keep you experimenting for quite some time. There's also the Covenant system, which ramps up difficulty as you progress. Every time you finish a run, you can choose to take on a little bit extra challenge with modifiers that change how you approach the game. It adds quite a bit of replayability, especially for those who enjoy testing their deck building skills. You always feel like there's something new to unlock, and it keeps you motivated coming back for more. The game's controls also hold up quite well on mobile. Touch controls feel intuitive for the most part. Dragging and placing units on different floors is easy to get the hang of. That said, things can feel a little bit cramped on smaller screens, but it was never a deal breaker. Performance was mostly smooth during my 6 hours of play, though I did notice some visual hiccups, like the cursor not aligning perfectly. Fortunately, these issues were minor and didn't impact the gameplay much. While there's a lot to love, it's not without its flaws. The biggest issue I found was with the card system. Even though your clan choices influence the cards that show up, I often found myself searching for one card to round out my deck, only for it to never to appear. This can make some runs feel underwhelming, which can be incredibly frustrating when you're deep into a strategy but can't find the right tools to execute it fully. Couple that with what felt like an underwhelming artifact system at the start, and you'll find that it takes a while before this train leaves the station. Another downside is how the 3-floor system works. While strategic, it can lead to predictable gameplay. Many players, including myself, tend to stack their best defenses on the bottom floor, focusing most of their efforts there. This can leave the other 2 floors underused, and when your bottom floor falls apart, your pyre at the top can be the only thing standing between you and defeat. I wish there was more of an incentive to spread your defenses across the floor a little bit more evenly. In terms of performance, while the game ran smoothly most of the time, I mentioned earlier that I did notice a few moments of visual misalignment with the cursors, though it didn't break the experience. But if you're someone who's sensitive to these things, it's worth mentioning. After playing for 6 hours, I can say that this mobile game is a faithful port of the original deck builder. The gameplay is engaging, the strategic depth is there, and the progression system with the Covenant challenges keeps things fresh. That being said, I do feel like this is one of those games that is more of a slow burn, causing you to feel like you have seen enough despite it still having so much to offer. It's available for $7.99 on iOS or as part of the Apple Arcade, and for fans of deck building roguelikes, it's definitely a solid investment. If you enjoy games that combine deep strategy with replayability, this one's worth checking out. Just don't expect to feel like your deck is breaking the game like in other deck builders. At least, it doesn't feel like it can be done with the same ease, which can be a bit disappointing. Regardless, I would recommend it if you're a fan of the genre. If you have any recommendations for me to review, leave it in the comment section below. Otherwise, stay tuned in to Gaming in the Moment.